part of judicial system is instead of fighting against injustice, people are fighting for justice. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on Nigeria Now on ECWA TV Africa. Today on the show, I have Lois Turaki.
As usual.
Yes.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
That's good. Fresh new day,
Yes.
new blessings,
Yes.
new everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
New weather, new life, everything just for you to be different today, I guess. We thank God.
Yeah, today we are going to look at the new Chief Justice of Nigeria, you know, in person of Justice Oriola.
Arugula.
Yes, you know, and then the outgoing, and then the controversy surrounding them.
The whole stuff, yeah. It has been on the spot. He has been on the spotlight of recent from Sunday, where he resigned from being the Chief Justice of the Federation, talking about Justice Muhammad Tanko, and he resigned on the basis of health challenges. But there are so many other issues that are coming up, you know, as regards to that particular basis on which he resigned. And so many people are asking so many questions. You know, 14 judges from the Supreme Court have come out to give a report against him about some ills that have been going on in the judiciary. And then afterwards, he resigned. So on basis of that, so why wait till when those charges were brought up for you to resign on the basis of health challenges? That's why so many things are coming up. So many people are asking questions, and then, you know, and today we are on the show now talking about this particular issue.
Yes, and then some of this issue that you mentioned, they are, you know, some of them, they said the justice cited challenges of how must crumble the efficient judicial cases of the court, the first of its kind in the 58 years history of the court. And then they say some major issues raised by the justice are non-replacement of poor vehicles, poor accommodation, lack of drugs at the Supreme Court clinic, and poor electricity supply to the Supreme Court. Others are increase in electricity tariff, little or no increase in the allowances for diesel, and lack of internet services to residents and chambers. These are some of the few allegations.
Yes.
And I asked myself, I said, a court of that caliber, that's the highest court of the land, you know.
We're not even just talking about the Supreme Court. We are talking about our judicial system. You know, that is, we have the executive, we have the legislative, we have the judiciary. So if the legislative and the executive are not complaining about funds, then why is the judiciary complaining about funds? These are the main arms of the government. And we look up to these three arms of the government to provide, you know, the executive have the mandate of protecting lives and properties as per the I'm talking about the seat of the president and his cabinet members, you know. Then when you come to the legislative, we have the lawmakers. Then the judiciary are those that are supposed to fight for justice. And from the opening you made, say the worst part of the judicial system is instead of fighting against injustice, we are fighting for justice.
For justice.
You see the irony?
Yes.
Are we supposed to be fighting for...
The
reverse is the case. Instead of us fighting for injustice, we are fighting for justice. And now, even the issue of the ACJ resigning now is still bringing about issues of injustice in the judicial system of the country. That's a lot to ask.
That's a lot to ask. That's the reason why I said Supreme Court is the highest when it comes to the hierarchy in even the judicial system itself, because you have the Supreme Court, you have the
Court of Appeal.
Court of Appeal. You have the
High Court.
High Court.
You have the customary. Those are the
yes.
The,
you. So if you find such complaints at the highest level, then you can imagine what the lower court or how the lower court would look like. Because if you look at it, you know, poor vehicle, poor accommodation, lack of drugs in the clinic, that's not functioning clinic for the judiciary. And then these people, you are expected for them to be at their best. When I mean at their best, that is everything about them. They have to be psychologically okay, mentally
for them to
okay.
Even, you know, grant the rights judgment on particular issues. So imagine someone that does not have the right state of mind and is pronouncing judgments. What if he pronounced judgments on the wrong persons or on the wrong things? You know, just like you're saying, they need to be in their right state of mind. And then looking at all these things, they said in response, Mohammed told the judges that the Supreme Court was cash-strapped and cannot grant their request. Like I said earlier, this is the third arm of the government. And then I just wonder, sometimes back we had money that was given to the House of Assembly to renovate and why not do the same thing too? Because as far as I'm concerned, they're on the same cadre, right? So they should be able to have that kind of treatment as well. The same as the executive and the legislative are having. They should also have that. Why will the Supreme Court or the judicial, the place of justice be short of vehicles, be short of proper medical attention, be short, all those things that they have mentioned, the problems they're having in that place? Why should that be happening in such a place? You know? And then it came up that they are complaining of lack of funds, and now we have seen that this particular Chief Justice that has resigned, in talking about Tanko now, will be given an amount of 2.5 billion as his benefits. You said there's no money. So where is 2.5 billion naira going to come out from that will be settled for you? You will have, you still be entitled to all the things that you have been enjoying as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. And then at the end of the day, you say there's no money for vehicles, there's no money for medication, there's no money for this and that and that. I don't think that's really realistic.
Honestly, I was coming to that because I read in one of the papers, you know, that mentioned that amount, because it's entitled of 300%,
yes,
you know, of his total annual pay, and then entitled to all this that you mentioned, cars and other
housekeepers, you name them,
you know, and then that amount 2.5 billion to one person. Now I begin to see the reason why, even when it comes to issue of appointment of Chief Justice of Nigeria, you find all sort of fracas, you know, people going up and down, you know, preferring this to come, and sometimes bridging protocols, because we know judicial system is one of the systems that they are most organized. You know, they follow hierarchy, they don't play with that, which yes, we can graduate the same day with you. I'll be giving appointment the same day with you, but once I'm the first to resume the same day, the first to resume, I automatically become your senior. You understand? So talk more of 1 year ahead of you know, their school, you know, and but sometimes you see even when it comes to appointment, bridging this, preferring this to this, and all of saga. You see how Onoge came and how they kick him out, you know, and the rest. So these are some of the things when that are happening, and then people will start asking, okay, is this judicial system a place where to go and look for justice? these are the questions. Because now you can see 14, out of the Supreme Court judges are putting this complaint. And sources shows that, it was a memo that was linked. That means it's something that has been bothering them.
Yes.
And it's something that even the government need to look into. And that is why I am happy with the Senate that says, despite the fact that he voluntarily resigned, that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be probed. It is very good that, yes, the allegation is out there, but they should find a way of even him, cleaning him, like make sure what those 14 judges are saying is not true. But if it's true, find a way of making it work in such a way that tomorrow it will not affect others that are coming. I feel it is commendable for Senate to say, yes, we'll continue the probe, we'll check and then see whether what these people are saying is true or they are just fabricating, yes, and the rest. That I think it will help the judicial system.
It will help, really. Like, just like you said, they are doing that right now to see how those things will be cleared out, so that even in the future, his name will not be dragged in the mud. That at the end of the day, this was what he did, and they are not true, or probably they are true. If they are true, if these allegations are true, at the end of the day, he should be able to serve let the constitution or the rule of law be served rightly. At the end of the day, we'll know that, okay, this was it and this was how it ended. Not that they will go into the probe and then at the end of the day they just sweep it under the carpet and we don't hear anything about this particular issue, because it is very usual for that kind of thing to happen in this country. Not that they are not trying to do some of these things right, but most of the times we see most of these cases, especially when it comes to the wealthy and the mighty, these issues are just swept under the carpet and then you don't even hear anything about them anymore. But then it's a good thing, like you've said, that the Senate is probing into this issue, and we hope we're going to follow through and see how it's going to end, so that at the end of the day we'll let these things slide, and then this Mohammed will go and have a good rest and take care of his health. And the issue of his health came, they said, even sources said, even before he was given this position that he has resigned, he has been suffering from this particular illness, and then, or I should call it sickness, that he has been going to Dubai mostly for treatment, and then it has been used will I say in advantage of other people that are trying to use him or something like that, that have been taking advantage of that particular situation of his and have been doing a lot of things. And then there were other issues that came up, that his children brought up names of people that should be given jobs, and the due process was not followed, even though people spoke about it there in the court. But no, at the end of the day, he still gave those people that position. Meanwhile, they are not even proof the allegations that have been brought out against that. And the federal government, you give such, you know that he has it, and so why give him such a position when you know that he might not perform well in that area?
But people are sending accolades out there, for his doggedness. This is the first of its kind. I think somebody holding such a powerful position and then coming out to say, based on my health ground, I'm resigning. Now people are really applauding him, saying he did well. And then some people are saying, okay, is it because there was an allegation or there was a complaint, that came from other judges, and that is why he's resigning. But nevertheless, people are still appreciating him for taking a bold step to say, okay, based on my health challenge, I think I should bow and then leave, and then someone should step in. And then as we speak, there's an acting Chief Justice of Nigeria.
Well, talking about the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, there are still, it's funny how some things occur in this, or will I say unfold in this country. You are just on your own. When you're brought to the limelight, it's just going to be a different ball game for you. Like your whole private life just comes
DNA.
out as entirely. It's just funny, but I think it calls for accountability. It calls for fairness and transparency. That's why all these things are happening. Before technology came, even if they bring you out to occupy a particular position, people don't really even care about your personality, because they don't even have access to those information. So, okay, this is the person they've brought, fine. We hope the person is going to deliver and all of that. Those were the trends in those days. But now, we have seen that things have evolved. Technology has changed a lot of things. And then the moment they call your name, you just go to Google and type, and then everything comes out about you. And people will start asking questions. And now, the last one that has resigned, the CJ that has resigned, they talked about, we are still talking about the issues of why he resigned and the allegations coming up against him. And now the new one now still has issues coming up about his age being a disadvantage to him occupying that particular office. So,
Yeah. Talking about Justice Ariola, he was born on August 22, 1958, and he hailed from Esenyi, that is in Oyo State. He started his education in Esenyi at the local government authority, demonstration school Oluole, Esenyi local government area of Oyo State, where he finished his primary education in the year 1967. He attended a Muslim modern school in the same town between 1968 and then 1969 before proceeding to Atsaruddin High School, Saki, in Oyo, north of Oyo State. Ariola studied law at the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and back his Bachelor of Law degree with honors in July 1980. Justice Ariola was called to bar in July 1981 and got enrolled at the Supreme Court of Nigeria as a solicitor and advocate. Soon thereafter, he was a state counsel for the National Youth Service Corps and at the Ministry of Justice, Akure, Ondo State, and later a legal officer in the Ministry of Justice of Oyo State until 1988, when he voluntarily left the official bar, a little bar of the state civil service for private practice. He worked at council in chamber of Chief Ladosung Ladopo San between October 1988 and July 1989, when he established Olukoyede Oriola and Co., a firm, as a legal practitioner and a consultant in Oyo town. In August 1989, he was appointed as a judge of Oyo judiciary and sworn in as a judge of the High Court November 2nd, 1992. He served as a chairman, board director, Phoenix Motors Limited, one of the Odua investment conglomerate between 1988 and then 1992. Oriola served as a chairman, Armed Robbery Tribunal, Oyo State, between May 1993 and September 1996, when he was posted out of the headquarters, Ibadan, to Saki High Court. Just to mention but a few. This is his like
his profile.
Yes, in a brief.
Yes, they say he was like out of the 14 justices, he was like the topmost people that actually sent out the memo. So now that he has been given the opportunity, although he's an acting, but still you need to serve, right? Even if you're an acting, you're not really
already pending
when
the,
or probably he might
the
be
presidency
given the opportunity to be the
already he's in charge.
Right now he is in charge, and now that we've seen that he was among those 14 justices that have brought out the memo of all the things that were not right in the Supreme Court. Now a lot of people will put their eyes on him, like talking about him doing the right things this moment that he is in charge. We want to see him doing the right things, like changing this narrative that they came out to say the clinics are bad, the electricity tariffs has gone high, and all the ills that have been going up there. All eyes now will be on Olukayode to do the needful, so that and you know, they've been calling up for judicial reform and all of that. We are looking out to see how he is going to do that reform in the shortest time possible. Because if you're out there criticizing someone else and you're given the opportunity, it is expected of you to do the needful. So this is what we are looking out for. As he is given the opportunity, we need him to do the needful in that place.
You know, everything in life is turn by turn. If someone is at the position of leadership, and then you are in a position of followership, know that one day you will be a leader. And then that which you are expecting a leader should do, which is right, and then he's not doing, we expect to see when you complain, and then you are opportune to be given that position to do the right thing. Because this is what even the lawyers everywhere, judges, that is what they are saying. Just like what you just said now. Okay, you are among those who wrote that memo complaining about all of this thing. They said what they expect from him, number one, is how to tackle the same thing that they complain about now that he's in charge. And you know, they will check your track record, you know, for the time which you are being appointed as acting, because that also will determine your confirmation, you know, by the National Assembly. So we expect him to really do what is right, to change the narrative, because already people are saying is the highest court of the land. So there are certain things we are not supposed to be hearing that is happening there, because it doesn't paint a good picture to our country. You know, it's a country that we are a developing nation. We are always clamoring, you know, for investors out there to come and invest in our country. You know, and when you are calling for investors to come from other countries to come and invest, they are coming with huge of money, you know, billions and billions and billions of dollars, you know, they come to do investment. What if something goes wrong? Where will they run to? So they will begin to question your judicial system, and then it will not even give them confidence to like come and say we're going to invest, because if in case anything goes wrong, we have a place to go to, and then we'll fight our cause. And I feel our new justice, congratulations. Just like my sister says, Lois, we expect you to do the needful, and then we wish you the best. Lois, thank you for doing this with me.
Always.
Yes. I'm always happy doing this with you too. Thank you, viewer, for staying with us. We hope that you will join us tomorrow, same time, same station. Thank you, and remember blessed.